What's going on, everyone? It's your boy, Ernest Dove, with another New York Mets minor league weekly report for the Dove Report on YouTube. Gotta check it out. I'm going to talk about a lot of players, giving updates and highlights from low A all the way to triple A. I'm trying to give you some information, insight, source reports of some of the players throughout the system, what some of the staff are saying, even what some of the executives might be saying. Some of the information I'm getting, I'm going to give it to you during this next and latest weekly episode. Let's get started. Go ahead and start in low A. Let's get to the bottom of things. Start with the rehabbing guys. You got Jesse Winker. I've been thinking about it now. I've been talking about it, hearing about it. Jesse Winker, not really sure what his status is at this point. Doesn't look like he's ready to go anytime soon. So we have to keep an eye on that. As far as the other rehabber, Jose Siri, he's been doing better. Again, this is all small sample size. You got to take it for what it is. I believe he finally played a full 9 innings pretty much right at the end of the week here. But he's a very tiny 3 for 6, has a double, 1 walk and 0 Ks. So he hasn't struck out in 3 games. So we'll take that from Jose Siri, who overall looks okay, even physically. Out there doing his thing. Things look pretty normal for him. So maybe he could be a guy that's going to be called up soon. I know Luis Angel Acuna gets the initial call right now as an extra guy for September, but keep an eye on a Jose Siri. He can play defense. He does have speed. He's got more of the power option than an Acuna, so I guess we'll see. Some of the younger guys, I love talking about the younger players. I've been hyping Daverson Gutierrez all year despite his struggles. So I'm hoping now things are turning around. Again, he's only a 19-year-old catcher. To end the week, he has back-to-back 2-hit games. For the month of August now, updated August numbers through the whole month now at this point, he ended up hitting .292 with a .400 on-base percentage in August. That's also helped by 9 walks versus 8 Ks. Again, this is a teenager at the catcher position in low A, so I'm excited about that walk K percentage there. So I'm looking forward to see what he can do more next season and the next couple of seasons. Can he be even a future backup major leaguer, or can he continue to exceed expectations? One of the guys who's exceeding all expectations this year, coming out of absolutely nowhere from having a pedestrian Dominican Summer League experience in pro ball. Here he is in low A to high A, or low A, doing really well. Outfielder Randy Guzman. He had a hit in every game this week in low A for the St. Lucie Mets. For August, he ended up hitting .357 in August. .390 on-base percentage, .625 slugging, 1,015 OPS. That's what Randy Guzman's doing. When I'm talking to staff, they keep telling me he's an absolute gem of a human being. He's a leader. I've been saying it online. I'll keep saying it now on the shows. This is a guy like this that people can rally around. Even as a 20-year-old, he takes a lot of leadership roles, like role modeling. He supports everybody on the team. So he's one of those guys to look for. Possibly has a really amazing, great personality. He is fully bilingual as well. So if he kind of makes it up the levels too, it's going to be exciting to see. He'll be able to communicate with everybody, the media. He's got a fresh face. He might have a really, really good future with the Mets. The other guy I want to talk about, again, one of the recent draft picks who's quietly been kind of hot all for the whole month at this point, Antonio Jimenez, the other top draft pick besides Mitch Voigt. Jimenez has back-to-back multi-hit games to end the week. And in the month of August, he's hitting .300, hitting about .301 in August as a whole with a .376 on base percentage, 9 walks, 11 Ks. This is a really good start for pro ball for a guy coming out of college, the wear and tear of the college season. He's really doing well very quickly. So I'm very curious to see what kind of year he has. Have to assume Jimenez is going to probably break camp next year in high A and then go from there. But so far, so good. Next, go to high A. Want to talk about my guy. I'll call him Yanni. Yanni Henriquez. Heard a lot of things about him in low A with the staff. They absolutely adore this man. He's doing well now overall. His first game when he debuted in high A, he had a triple and 2 walks. Again, I mentioned it now online. He's played 6 positions this year. And I'm told he's really good defensively at all of them. So we might be looking at one of those legit super utility players. Now we just got to keep an eye on the bat and see how things go. But again, this is a really amazing start. And it looks like he's been good for about 2 months straight now. That's why he got this promotion, because of how hot he was for almost 2 full months at the low A level. Talking with the staff, they feel it's legit because of his hard work, because of the hitting lab. He looks like another poster child of the hitting lab, along with Jacob Reimer. So keep an eye on Yanni Enriquez going into next year, if he could be a name now going forward. The other guy, again, who's another coach favorite, because I want to bring him up as well because of that, Yohairo Cuevas. He now has hits in 5 of the 6 games this week. He started off extremely low when he got promoted to high A. But again, this week, 5 out of 6 with at least 1 hit. I'll take the progress. He's going to be more of a project guy, I believe, with a natural power. This can go a lot of ways when a guy has this much power naturally. Now you got to worry about the hit tool. So let's see how much contact he continues to make in 2026 going forward as well. But he could be one of the stronger-ish guys in the system naturally. Let's just see how it translates to the home run and doubles power going forward. The other guy, I feel like I've been talking about him for about 10 years. Again, it's one of those IFA kids, Joel Diaz, the right-handed pitcher, who's now still only 21 years old. His last 2 starts, 12 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 walks, 10 Ks in the last 2 starts combined. Here's what's really good about Joel Diaz. In the month of August, in total, 26 2/3 innings, 5 walks allowed. That's what you want to see from a guy like this. Even at a younger-ish age, still, as far as age itself, maybe not with the organization, but Joel Diaz, overall, up and down, the ERA has been up and down, but he's had a really solid, quiet season. I want to see how things develop now up the levels. Maybe he could be one of those future Max Kranichs who can get to the major leagues throwing strikes. Long way to go, but this is really a good sign for a guy. Again, he's one of those many players who had the Tommy John surgery about a year or 2 ago. So he's doing well now. I want to see how things progress. And speaking of a guy who's missed so much time since getting drafted, all of a sudden, now 23-year-old, because he was a college draft pick, Austin Tresser. He's the guy after the draft when I was asking with his college coach, he absolutely adored him, but it also sounded like he can get a lot better than he was in college. Then, boom, injuries have been hitting nonstop for him since the draft. And here we are now, getting to finally play consistently. And in the month of August, Austin Tresser, 6 appearances, 7 innings total, 3 hits, 0 earned runs. He has not allowed an earned run in August. 3 walks, 6 Ks. I definitely got to see what's going to happen with this guy. But again, Austin Tresser now, during the 2026 season, he's already going to be 24 years old. And now he only has A-ball experience. It's going to have to be a quick riser at this point next season. But even the college coaches loved him. Speaking with some of the Mets staff, even into last year, they liked the idea of him, and they say certain things can get better. Maybe the fastball velocity can tick up. He can get 96, 97. I want to see how things progress with him. Please stay healthy. And AA. Got to talk about my favorite guys, obviously. I'm going to talk about A.J. Ewing because I'm talking about him nonstop on the show and online. He's now through 17 games at the AA show me level, and he's hitting .361 with a .407 on base percentage. 879 OPS. I know people continue to ask, hey, we're really excited about A.J. Ewing. He can play all 3 outfield positions plus second base. With these kind of numbers and speed, everyone's worried about the power, but let me continue to say these things over and over. Low A, high A, all of the parks, the weather, the wind in Brooklyn, it's really not conducive to power bats at all at the A-ball level for the 2 leagues that the Mets affiliates play in. And I know even last year, I believe he hit about 10 home runs total and about 300 total at-bats, which would be 20 in a season if you give a guy a normal 600. I think A.J. Ewing will show his power next year when he gets the heck out of Dodge, gets out of Brooklyn, out of low A altogether. I think the numbers are going to show next year, and he's already pretty much a consensus top 10 draft ranked guy in the Mets system. So people are still excited, even nationally, with other publications about A.J. Ewing in the Mets organization. The other guy, obviously, the product of the hitting lab, Jacob Reimer. What has Jacob Reimer done since my interview? What has Jacob Reimer done in the last 7 games? Well, 14 for 27. He's hitting over 500 in the last 7 games. The power is showing, and yes, 7 games, 14 hits. He's literally averaging 2 hits a game right now. He's on fire. Everything is clicking offensively. Defensively, it looks like still third base, first base. He's got to probably be best suited for third, even value-wise. So we have to see how things progress for his defense and his glove and his arm. But the offense is completely on fire right now. The other guy that I've been talking about for at least 2 years, who's kind of up and down with the control and the command, Saul Garcia. 2 scoreless appearances this week. As far as the month of August, here's my favorite stat. 12 2/3 in the month, only 3 walks. For him, 3 walks in 12 2/3 is absolutely incredible. He has 13 Ks. He's allowed 8 hits. They're probably mostly singles because nobody hits Saul Garcia or his slider specifically. So he's got a 1.42 ERA in August. I just don't know what's going to happen with Saul Garcia. I swear he could be a future Jeurys Familia if he has enough pitch command. It's going to be a long way to wait and see. Now, for another guy who might be already more advanced as the college arm who's progressing very fast, Ryan Lambert. He only allowed 1 earned run in the month of August. Grand total, 9 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 16 strikeouts in August in those 9 2/3. Speaking with the staff, they said it's all about his fastball. It's an electric fastball. Not just being 99, 100 plus, but I think what they also mean, especially in the Mets organization now, analytics-wise, metrics-wise, all about spin rate, pitch shape. That's what they really like about Ryan Lambert. So I think they do agree with me. They don't want to answer it the right way, but when I start talking about high leverage back-end pen arm, sounds like even Mets staff are in agreement with me. The other pitchers now, we've got to talk about the starting pitchers. You can basically talk about almost the entire AA rotation, but let me trickle it down to 3. Jonathan Santucci. He's, from what I was told, his last outing this week was like up and down on paper, 4 innings, like 3-4 runs. When you talk about the game itself and even people who watched the game, the hits were dribblers. He dominated. All 7 of his strikeouts in the 4 innings were all swinging strikeouts. Talking to the staff, they believe he might have had up to 19 swing and misses in the game. In those 4, so, I mean, it was insane. That's only for like 4 2/3 innings. He might have had up to between 17 to 19 swing and misses. That's what you got. Another guy with an electric fastball as a lefty who can throw 95 plus. That's why I'm still saying for now, I think Jonathan Santucci can be a version of David Peterson 2.0 with the Mets at the major league level. As far as a really strong righty arm, Jack Wenninger. I also interviewed Jack Wenninger, so there's my bias, right? But in his 5 starts in August, 2.86 ERA, 28 1/3 innings, only 8 walks in the 28 1/3 with 28 strikeouts. He still leads AA. He leads the Eastern League in strikeouts this year. He's been a horse. He's been eating innings. He's well over 100 innings at this point. I can see him breaking camp next year in AAA, and then there's nowhere else to go but the major leagues. I think Jack Wenninger is a major league pitcher. I don't know to what extent. I can't do the projections, SP 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think Jack Wenninger is a major league pitcher. He could be in the Mets rotation. Please don't trade Jack Wenninger. He's very solid. He can get it up to 95, 96. He's got, again, he's a horse. He's got command of multiple pitches. He can do really well at the highest level. The other guy who's pretty much coming out of nowhere at this point, at least to me, R.J. Gordon. 6 appearances, I believe, in August total, 2.08 ERA in his 6 starts. 34 and 2/3 innings, only 9 walks. When RJ Ewing got started this year, maybe April, May, the walk rate was high. I believe it dropped in June, July. Here we are in August, 34 and 2/3, only 9 walks. The walk rate has been dropping a lot in these last few months. Again, he's a new guy, I believe, from the last draft. Maybe he's just getting more accustomed to things. Some of the stuff they worked on with him in winter and spring, it looks like it's starting to click now. Even talking to some other people, talking to a teammate, they even say RJ Gordon's a major league pitcher. It's only a matter of time. It's going to be more of a when, not an if. So this is going to be an exciting guy. He's almost like a mid-round pick, even past the mid-rounds. So now you're getting a lot of value out of RJ Gordon. As we head to AAA, I want to bring up the biggest names, obviously. Let's start with Carson Bench, who did homer this week. He got on base in all 3 games that he played in, because unfortunately, he had that really brief IL stint. Thankfully, he came back and, of course, homered, so that helps. And again, he has at least the 1 hit each game, so I believe he got on base every game. So he's doing okay. He's back to where he needs to be. Everybody wants him in the major leagues right now, maybe looking forward to win a World Series. I still, at this point, don't see Carson Bench getting called up in 2025. There's just way too many other veteran-ish options, even along with or behind Acuna, who, again, has the experience. That's why he's getting the shot. The other guy is Ryan Clifford, who has at least a walk or a hit in 5 of the 6 games this week. He's always a streaky guy to me. I believe he was really hot last week. This week it's been okay, still doing well. Again, 5 out of 6 getting on base. I'm worried now again with the walks and Ks. Not as many walks this week. So now I'm being picky week to week to see how he does plate discipline-wise now at the AAA level. 2 doubles, no home runs this week, so maybe he'll hit 3 home runs next week. Keep an eye on that. Jet Williams, we have the unfortunate news. I believe it was Tacoma reporting about another kind of wrist thing, maybe a barking wrist again. I believe it was the wrist last year where he missed so much time. Now here we are, he's missing time again. It looks like he was only hitting .215 now to finish the month of August at the AAA level. So now we have to see when he comes back again. I wasn't expecting him to be called up this year, but next season he's going to have to try to fight to be one of the next men up. He has enough hit tool. He has the speed. He can still play adequately, multiple positions, second, short, center. I want to see what the Mets organization wants to do with the Jet Williams. It kind of looks like he's losing his luster in the rankings-wise. When you see the guys like McClain and Tong taking over ahead of Sproat, then even I've been admitting the last few weeks, I've had Carson Bench ranked ahead of Jet Williams at this point. So what happens to guys like Jet Williams and Brandon Sproat? Are they being technically left behind? Only prospect ranking talk, but they can still have the final say. The last 2 guys, well, might as well talk about Brandon Sproat. Picks a really good time to hit 99 miles an hour in his last start. 14 swing and misses. Oh, and he went 7 innings. Yes, there's people in the Mets organization that can pitch 7 innings. 3 hits allowed, 0 earned runs, only 2 walks in 7 innings, and 9 Ks. I've been seeing a lot of 8-9, 8-9 in the K range for him for the last month or so. And I was saying it in previous shows, learning the sinker, working on the 2-seamer. The K rate was going down at the beginning of the year from the year prior. Now here we are seeing all these upper Ks now over the 9 per 9 kind of rate. He's back to that level. Maybe this is something they were looking for. I want to see if it translates. Again, same thing with Benj and Jet. I don't know if Brandon Sproat's going to be called up this year, but next year, just like all of them, he could be the next man up. Final arm I want to talk about, he always drives me crazy at this point, the reliever Dylan Ross. Again, he's been pushed many levels now after a delayed start to his pro career with a bunch of minor injuries. Here he is with a healthy season. He flew all the way to AAA. This week, 2 hitless appearances this week, And of course, he had 2 walks in both of the appearances. But one was a 2-inning outing with the 2 walks. The other was only a third of an inning, allowing 2 walks. In the month of August, here's the thing about Dylan Ross. Month of August, opponent batting average, 103. Nobody hits him. So what becomes of a Dylan Ross? It's going to be about pitch command. Some of those guys like this that nobody can hit, what's going to happen? I've even seen guys that are no longer with the Mets organization. Keyshawn Askew, one of my favorites, God bless him. Paul Gervais, who's now getting a taste of the major leagues, I believe now the Dodgers organization. Depends on the walk rate because these guys are unhittable at their best. I think Dylan Ross is a major league reliever. I think he and Ryan Lambert could be the back-end pen arms even next year. They could be those guys, but it's going to be about pitch command. That's what it's all about. Location, location, location. Speaking of location, continue to find my channel, everybody. I'm going to continue to provide as much information, insight, news, reports all through the end of the year. I look forward to a lot of things, especially as well during the winter. I'm going to have you covered all the way. Thank you for supporting the channel. I'll see you guys next time.